Hello and welcome to Tech with Heart. I am your host, Michelle Calloway. Tech with Heart is all about empowering entrepreneurs and small business owners to embrace technologies, systems, and strategies that will help them stay competitive and relevant in a rapidly changing digital environment. And anybody who's doing business online understands the power that social media offers those small business owners in the way of gaining visibility around their products and services, their brand identity, building audiences, and just raising awareness in general. Nonprofits also should be using social media to tell more of their story, the purposes at which they're doing their mission. And you can see how social media like TikTok and Reels are just trending right now because people love hearing and seeing what other people are doing. Of course, they also love being entertained. So the more clever you can be with your social media content, obviously that'll give you an edge up from your competition. But today's topic is about how can we start with the ideation of what I would like to, when I say I'm just basically saying you. If you would like to start doing more social media marketing in your business, there are some tools that will help you do that job yourself, or at least you can have your team use these tools that'll help save some time. But it's ultimately going to be a matter of, do you know what it is you should be sharing, right? So strategy first, and then the tactics. So let's start talking about a little bit about our strategy. Once you've identified where your target audience is hanging out, whether it be Facebook for a little bit of an older audience, or perhaps Instagram for the under 30 audience, or TikTok. Even older generations are just crushing it on TikTok. As long as you believe your audience is on TikTok, then you might, consider adding that to your repertoire of social media platforms. Whatever you choose, go deep with one or possibly two, and then just do auto posts to the others, because it's very difficult for small business owners to manage all of those platforms and stay heavily engaged on all of those platforms. So that's my recommendation, is that you really focus in and go deep on one or two. And when I say go deep, that means be really responsive with anybody that likes or comments or shares or ask good questions, create more engaging types of posts, and you'll see that those audiences on those platforms will grow, and that'll help your brand awareness, of course. And then the more often you throw in an offer here and there along the way, the more eyeballs you have on those, and that's called organic marketing. Digital marketing usually involves paid advertising. It's not necessary if you don't have a budget to pay for advertising. However, with most of these social media platforms, it's fully good for you to know and be aware that they really want you to stay on that platform. So sharing things like links to your website or links to offers that would take a viewer off of their platform, they're not going to share that with as many people. It just won't get as many eyeballs on it, just because of the nature of their algorithms and how they want to kind of control their environment. But that's okay. You just need to know these things, because you can circumvent those type of things with some tactics. Like, for instance, Facebook does not like it when you share a link inside of the description part of the post. So that means if you would like to share a link, you could, to an event perhaps, or an offer, you can say, see link in comments, because if a link is shared in the comments, it doesn't seem to be a disruptive to the algorithm as when you put it into the post. Okay, so strategies around beyond just where to go. So that's first, we identified where is your audience hanging out. Secondly, of course, you need to understand what your audience's problems are, the target audience. What's the problem that they're having, and how can you create some questions in your posts, or just speak to the heart of that problem. Most people, they're not as uncomfortable or not motivated to make change if they're just uncomfortable, but if it's like a really burning bad need or want, then you can address those and get the attention that you're seeking through just simply addressing that in your posts in a way that's different every single time, but you can still keep poking at it, right? Chiseling at it through asking questions in your social media content. Those are great ways to engage. Simply state, a story, like a little like, hey, this happened, this happened to me. Start off with like, what did somebody say to you at one point in time? Maybe start your comments around that. Sharing little tiny blips of stories, even in writing, is still a very powerful way to continue to build your brand awareness and attract those perfect clients to you, because you're sharing little tiny bits of insights. You struggled with this problem. Now you're solving this problem for others. So if you're able to share that through tiny little social media posts every now and then and stay consistent with it, people start to like, oh yeah, I like this person. Oh, I'm going to follow them. Once you get a follower, that's really good, because once you get a follower on social media, every time you post something, it lets the social media platform lets your followers know that new content has been posted by you. So it's good to get followers. That's the goal, really, when it comes to social media, is to grow your followers and then eventually get those followers over into like some form of an email list or a texting list, so that you don't have to be solely reliant on that social media platform anymore. So these are some strategies. So once you kind of create, and here's what I do is I create like a month's worth of what I believe would be good content to create my social media graphics around, because these are the messages that I want to get out. So once you have the wording down, and it doesn't have to be word for word, it's just concepts down, then you can actually start moving into the creation phase. And that would be to create visuals that also tell that story. And it doesn't have to be fancy designed or anything. Like my client, she is a transitional housing. She provides this, she's a nonprofit, and she provides transitional housing for homeless men, veterans, and even those who are going through addiction recovery and reentry from being previously incarcerated. So she's addressing quite a few needs there, but it's all around homelessness. And so she has this claim where she says her company is the bridge from being homelessness to having, a permanent dwelling. And so we went and found an image that has a bridge in it, but the picture of the bridge was taken behind a chain link fence. So it actually looks like, the perspective looks like the bridge is being viewed through almost like jail. And when you're homeless and you're struggling, it can feel like you're trapped, kind of. I believe. So we found that image on a free, royalty-free website, and I'm going to share some resources for you to where you can go and you can research images that would support the story you're trying to share in your social media posts. So I'm going to share my screen. There are 3 photo websites that I really want you guys to hear that are, I just find them incredibly professional, and they're all free to use. And you can give attribution to the photographer as you see fit. It's not a requirement, but it's, of course, a beautiful thing when you're able to thank somebody else publicly for the work that they've done. The first one that I'm going to recommend is unsplash.com. And every single one of these sites that I'm going to recommend have a search bar right up front where you can type in your keywords, or if your post is going to be around, 7 ways to groom your cat, you can actually type in grooming cat right here in the search bar, and it'll pull up your options. And so this is where, again, keywords are so great when it comes to the World Wide Web. So people love images. Images speak volumes. You know the old saying, right? A picture is worth 1,000 words. So why not choose an image that's, if you saw it, you would stop your scroll, right? Because that's the goal, is to get noticed with your social media, right? To get people to read your posts so that they start building that connection with you online. So what kind of images would really get people to stop the scroll, read what you wrote, and then hopefully have that message resonate with them, right? So these are great. Unsplash is one, and I'm going to tell you two more. Pixabay. Pixabay is very powerful as well, because you can also get free video clips here. So maybe you want to find a video of somebody grooming a cat. You can click over here on video, and you can actually search grooming cat on the video segment, and look, you get videos of a cat getting groomed, and you can use them in your social media posts. Free. Isn't that incredible? Pixabay also offers vector. So in the world of graphic design, like if you ever need an icon for something, or just a graphic rather than an actual image of something, you can just go up here to vectors and type in, grooming cat, right? And it'll come up with what it has to offer. And if it doesn't have anything to offer, you can try mixing up a few other keywords. So Pixabay is another very powerful one. And then Pexels, P-E-X-E-L-S, Pexels. That is a very, very, very good one. I'm telling you, all of these are really great. It just depends on what it is you're looking for, where you might find more images, rather than others. But seriously, guys, all of these are just beautifully, very professionally designed, done photographs that you can use. So I even use some of these images to do a daily post in my social media groups. So I don't put any words on top of them. I let the photo speak for itself. And then I just create my little post, my, question for the day kind of post to try and engage the audience. And it works.
Being able to do business online is crucial for survival, especially during times of social distancing. So how do you survive and thrive in the sea of digital noise? It's a lot like fishing. You need to know who your perfect customer is so that you could use the right kind of lure to attract them. We help you catch your perfect customer and retain them for future sales through highly converting websites, influencer mobile apps, getting you featured in the news and on TV. Hi, my name is Jerry Bowden, U.S. Army veteran and president of Revilio Software Solutions. Our goal is to help you rise above the competition, be seen as an expert authority in your industry, and embrace technology to stay competitive for long-term success. It's more affordable than you may think. So reach out to us at revilio.com, and together we will make your business come alive.
Okay, so once you've got your imagery and you've got your strategies for what you're going to say for the month, and then you want to go find images that support those stories, right? Then you might want to consider looking into a platform like Canva. Everybody that I know knows about Canva these days. They've done such a great job positioning themselves as a leader in the graphic design space for novices, right? So you can go to Canva and you can create a free account, which is another beautiful thing. You can, of course, get more bells and whistles if you upgrade, but even just for free, you can click here inside here, and you're going to get all of these choices. You can either, like I selected social media. When I selected social media, it gives me opportunity to create square posts, which would be great for Instagram. Actually, I think I clicked on Instagram here. Okay, you got popular, Instagram, or Facebook. So I tend to just stick with square posts because Instagram favors square posts, and square posts work really well on Facebook too. So I'm like two birds, one stone, right? So go ahead and click around, and you'll notice that if you click in here to, that was to create a blank. I apologize here. Let's go back here. You can see templates. If you just scroll down, you have a tremendous library, all made available to you for free. And some of these, it looks like they even have Instagram Reels, right? Where you could possibly take this template where text is being populated on top of a video, and you can move in your own video and then change the text. It's all very, very powerful, Canva. This is where you can click and you can go in and you can drag and drop elements. And I'm not going to spend this time to go in and show you all how to do that, but I just want you to see that this is a free library resource for you if you would like to try and make something look a little fancier than just a photo. But to be honest, even just photos will work as long as those photos resonate with the story that you're telling in your social content. Okay, so now that we've got our written content, we've got our imagery to support the content, then I wanted to show a platform. There are many, many, many platforms where you can automate the posting of said content. Now, this really frees up. It gives you the ability to be on social media every single day and be posting to social media without physically having to be there posting every day on social media. I use Social Oxygen. The reason I choose to use Social Oxygen over a platform such as like Hootsuite or, oh my goodness, I'm talking like there's so many different automation platforms. The reason I like Social Oxygen the best is because it will actually post my content to 7 different social media platforms all at once. A lot of platforms will give you up to 3 platforms for free. Social Oxygen, I believe it's somewhere around $25 or $35 a month to utilize, and you can go all the way up to 7 accounts for one post. So they can, they'll post to a Facebook group, and they'll post to your Facebook profile, or they'll post to your Facebook page. They also will post to Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and then in this case, there's Tumblr. If you don't have Tumblr, then you would just skip that. Pinterest. Pinterest, by the way, is a really good platform to be on if you're offering, to share stories visually. Pinterest is a visual platform. You can actually gain a lot of followers there. Don't discount it, in other words. And then Google My Business. Google My Business is now Google Business Profile, but the reality is that everybody should be posting on their Google Business Profile page that's in business. Because why? Google is the top ranking search engine in the world. So why would you not want to be putting out your content on Google? Social media doesn't have anything on Google. even social media companies rely on Google to help them to be found. So please make sure if you're not already using Google Business Profile for your small business, you should be posting there every day. Every time you post on any other social media platform, you should be posting on your Google Business Profile. So that is one of the unique things I liked about Social Oxygen, is that not very many platforms do automatically post to your Google Business Profile, but this one does. So when you have this set up in your account, and then you go over here and you could just manage content. And this is where you can upload those graphics, right? So when you click on manage content, oops, just have me sign in here real quick. So once you have the graphics, once you have the wording, you can actually put it into a spreadsheet, and you can upload that spreadsheet into this platform, and it'll automatically kind of help set things up for you better, so you're not doing so much, copying and pasting. Or you can go in here and hit manage content, and you could just upload your image. Let's just do Revilio. So anyway, you can actually go here where it says add content, and you can upload your image, and then you can post your content for your main body parts here in the description. This is what works for most of the platforms. And then Twitter is still limited to 280 characters. And so you sometimes need to modify your body post to fit into a Twitter feed. But then once you've done that and you've got your little hashtags in there, so hashtags are important when it comes to identifying certain keywords that are going to help your post get a little bit more attention. So keep your hashtags probably limited to like 5 or less, but make sure that you're always using a unique hashtag that's just yours, like nobody else is using that. So for Tech with Heart, we use tech_W_heart, and that stands for Tech with Heart, which also matches what our social media usernames are, right? So Tech with Heart. So that means if anybody were to go to tech_W_heart on the World Wide Web and just type it into a browser, all of the content that we've ever posted that we've hashtagged Tech with Heart will show up there. But we also use other hashtags that are going to help drive like we do a lot of posting around business or online businesses, right? So we would do, if this is a post that we're writing to small business owners to help them to be able to find, us to come to that post, we would want to use that keyword that would drive that particular audience. Or if we're talking about unique marketing strategies, if somebody were to go to Google and say, I'm frustrated, I want some unique marketing strategies, then that could potentially drive traffic to our social media posts. So that's kind of how hashtags work. And so you want to put those at the bottom of your social media post. And then once you get those all set, you just schedule it out. You tell the platform what day, what time you want that particular post to schedule, and voila, it automatically happens even while you're sleeping. That's the beauty of automation. As long as you know certain things, like if you put a lot of links to your website in your description section of your social media post, there is a chance that platforms like Facebook will not favor that post as much as if you went in and did a fresh post every single day on Facebook and put the link to the website in the comment section of that post. But that does require a lot more manual work. And the other downside that I've seen is the limitation on scheduling videos from these types of scheduling platforms. Not very many of them are able to support video posting on every single platform. Whereas if you were to go to each platform individually, yeah, they do allow you to upload videos rather than just share videos that are on YouTube. You can actually upload your short little video that you just made fresh to that platform, but that requires all manual time. So there are some limitations still to these worlds of automation, but I'm noticing that certain platforms are really stepping up their game and they're offering a lot more value, like Social Oxygen. And you're welcome to give that a shot. I can go ahead and share that out in the link under the comments of this. When you see this, whatever platform you're seeing this on, we can provide that if you're interested. It's a good platform. I've been using it for quite a while and I've been pretty satisfied with it. And I appreciate it having it because it frees me up. And we just make sure that we're working on our social media content like a couple of weeks before the end of 1 month. And then that way we have it all ready to go. So hopefully these tips help. I get a lot of questions about social media. And so I just wanted to create this post. I wanted to make sure that you guys had an opportunity to hear this message, even if you're just listening to it on the audio. I'm pretty sure I just explained it well enough that you could get some value out of it. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to reach out to me. Go to techwithheartnetwork.com because we're there, and we also host live events and we address social media topics in the discussion forums of our live events on a regular basis. We're the community that will help you feel safe and nurtured to ask good questions. No question is a dumb question. We really want everybody to feel that, hey, look, we can grow alongside one another. We don't carry any arrogance, like nobody's better than anybody else just because they know anything more than anybody else. It's a community of just heart-centered, but yet innovative and forward-thinking entrepreneurs who just really want to stay competitive and also use technology in a way that it does enhance like human connection, build relationships. That's what technology is meant to do, is make our lives better and not replace the need for one another. No, not at all. That's not what Tech with Heart's all about. It's like how we use that technology is what really, really matters. So hopefully this has been very beneficial for you. We'd love to have you join our community. We go to techwithheartnetwork.com. You can join for free, or you can upgrade to a gold member and actually get to present at some of our live events, as well as get interviewed on the Tech with Heart show and get promoted on our radio and on our TV and on our podcast. But hey, look, if you're an expert and you would like to get on our show, please just reach out to me. Let's talk. Let's see if you're a good fit. Do you have an expertise that is going to help online business owners in today's digital environment move that needle and grow their business? If that's you, we want to hear from you. Go to techwithheartnetwork.com. Here's to your success.
Your story needs to be seen and heard, and your brand needs to be revealed. Revilio elevates purpose-driven businesses into the spotlight through video storytelling, augmented reality video marketing, and professional website design. Get discovered online or in the news. Be featured in national magazines or host your own TV, podcast, or live radio show. Together, we make your brand come alive. All it takes is Revilio. Visit Revilio.com to get started today. Minority and service disabled veteran owned.